What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm actually like really sleepy. I don't know why, but you know, it's whatever. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think today's goal, I don't know why, but I want to do this problem, but I don't want to waste time. I think today's goal is that we're gonna do a little bit of graph problems. I've been doing a lot of try problems. I've been getting better at them. So I think the goal is hang on. I want to just do a bunch of Leetcode. I have a we got a fraternity board meeting here in a little bit. So I think the goal is I'm just going to do a couple problems. We'll kind of see where it goes, how many we get done, but let's put this over here. Let's play some music to get locked in a little bit. Like, let's do some different lo-fi this time, bro. Like, copyright free lo-fi. Dude, lo-fi winter nights, dude. Yo, Squirix, dude, how you doing, bro? I'm getting the series together. Doing good. Can't wait for the weekend though. Yeah, dude. I'm excited for the weekend too, man. But yeah, let's jump into some of these problems. I was thinking maybe we could do, I don't know, let's do rotting oranges, dude. This is my favorite problem, Leetcode. I want to do one BFS graph problem. Maybe we can get into something else. I want to do, I'm gonna do a hard level try on stream. I just gotta get Claude to generate me some. I've been practicing them in my own time, so hang on, let me plug in my Ethernet cable. Give me some try problems, bro. Okay, we've done this one. Decision, add, search, extends basic try with wildcard, character search, replace words. Okay, I did word search too. Maybe we can take a look at some other ones down here. Try problems I never really spent a lot of time on, and that's something that I really want to get better at, but we're going to do a little bit of a BFS problem. So, given a times in grid where each cell, let's grab this, come over here, kind of draw how we want to do this, right? Given times and agree where each cell can have one of three values, 0, 1, and 2. Every minute any fresh orange is 4 directionally adjacent to a rotten tomato becomes run. Turn the minimum number of minutes that it must elapse until no cell has a fresh orange. If this is possible, return -1, right? So, right, the first thing that comes to my mind is we need to return an integer, right? So let's make a int res is 0, right? Okay, so we want to return an integer, right? So this is obviously, from what you can tell, a BFS problem here, right? So if I was to kind of draw this out, let's make the oranges orange, the fresh oranges, got an X here, the fresh oranges are orange, right? So 0, 0, 0, 0, nothing, 0, 0, right? Let's kind of draw this out a little bit. Right, so we want every minute any fresh orange that is 4 directionally adjacent, right? So boom, boom, boom. Oh no, sorry, boom and boom becomes red, right? So boom, boom. Then the next minute, this will become red, this will become red, right? Boom, boom, right? And then you go here, you would go down here, boom, and then down here, boom, right? So all of these will return the minimum number of minutes, right? So that would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, right? So we return 4 here. We then, I think we just ignore 0, right? I think we would just ignore 0 in this case. So obviously we want to label this as a, right, BFS problem. What does DSA stand for? Data structures and algorithms. So let's think about this, right? We probably want a method here, probably like a void BFS method, right? I was gonna take in some sort of stuff, right? Well, let's kind of get this going, right? So, let me think here. What do we wanna? What's up, man? Mustafa, what's up, bro? How you doing? Good to see you again, bro. So let's create our queue, right? How do we do that? We want a queue of what are we gonna want? Pairs in C++ immutable. I actually don't know. Okay. What would we want to keep? Ooh. We're gonna go with a pair here, a pair of integers, right? I'm thinking Python here, dude. Get rid of this. So we got a queue pair int. There's a queue, right? We also want a visited set for, we don't want to revisit elements, right? So we need a visited set here. So let's do a visited, and we want what? A pair, right? As well. Queue here, init res. Yeah, looks good. Now that I think about it here, we're gonna need a vector of, I don't know. I know tuples in Python are readable, tuples in C++, are they immutable? Back on the grind, man, locking in right now. Let's go, dude. Type shit, bro. SCD tuple, so tuples objects themselves are immutable in terms of their size and the type elements they hold. Okay. Immutable. SCD objects themselves are immutable. You cannot add or remove the elements, nor can you change the data type of an element at a specific position. I'm just gonna go with pairs here. C++ still kind of confuses me between pairs and tuples, but I'm just gonna stick with pairs, right? Vector of pair int directions, right? We need a directions array. It's equal to. I want to start a new project soon. I was thinking about learning more about Discord, Pi, and creating MMORPG botnet. Yeah, dude, that would be dope, man. I plan to come out with the series soon. I'm thinking the series, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after I get done with this restaurant management system, well, actually, no, I'll do it while I do this, but I'm working on this, and then I'm working on the 2D game. I'm going to do just a programming every day, making a 3D game. Or learning how to make a 3D game. I've got no idea how to make a 3D game. I've never even rendered anything 3D to the screen, so I plan to use OpenGL, so probably just document my process of learning, but getting the thumbnails together right now. Nice. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do, just because it interests me. I've been learning C++, so I kind of want to continue C++, but that's the goal. So I'm putting together the thumbnails and stuff, but that's why I'm making these random videos of just me programming and stuff. Like, two related values, right? Slide it to right. Okay, let's grab these values. This is what I wanted. Oh my gosh, guys. So, boom, boom. We go right. Oh. Let's grab this value. Come here. Boom, boom, boom. Did you make the video about the event, by the way? I am putting it together right now. I'm putting together the San Francisco trip. I think that's what you took my Scrooks. I'm putting it together right now. I'm just editing like through hours of footage. So I have to. It's I will have it out soon. So. But yeah, what we want to do here is we want to loop over this, right? So I is less than, what is it? Oh, we need to do our rows and our columns. I totally forgot about that. So int rows is equal to the size of the grid, right? And then the columns would be the size of the columns, right? We then want to loop. Oh, int row is equal to 0. I is row is less than grid. Row is less than rows. Row plus plus. Right, we want to loop through here for int col and 0. Col is less than cols. Col plus plus. Okay, this is where we want to start our BFS from, right? So, right, so, trying to think here. We only really need to start from if might be a case where maybe we don't, right? Because these could be way bigger, right? We look at the constraints here. Anyway, so we can do, okay, well, if grid row col equal to, what is the type of this array? Vector of integers, so it's equal to 1 and what is it called? Visited dot find row call is equal to visited.end, right? Then we'd want to, we'd finally want to call our BFS here, right? So we would do BFS. Now I think about it here, we probably want our BFS over here, right? So we have our BFS open up here. Kind of lost this. This needs to go here. Void BFS here, and then we want to define our queue here, right? So in here, what we're going to pass in here is we're going to pass in an int row, an int call, a probably want to reference. We don't need to reference these. These are part of our class, so we then want to reference probably our directions here, right? So we probably want a reform UK is all we got here. We got mate. Oh, you got a license. Beans and toast and raw, I think. I don't know what that means, bro, to be honest. Actually, that's an Australian flag. Yeah, it's an Australian flag. Yeah, I'm Australian. I live in the US though, but yeah, it's an Australian flag. Gotta like represent my roots, bro. You know, like type shit. You're like a white people from a far away place. I don't know. I don't know what that means either, to be honest, but appreciate it. So we want our directions here. We got a row and a column. I assume we're probably going to need maybe our rows and our calls here somewhere. So we also need a reference here for this. Reference. Int row. We then want our int rows and our int columns, right? We also need a reference to our actual grid, right? Because no, that's not what I visited set does. Bro's yapping. Means I'm in America, cuz the center of white people. Okay, that's crazy, Robert. Okay. So let's call our BFS here. Our row, our call, our directions, our rows, and our calls. Right. So the first thing that we'd want to do here when we call this is we want to add to our queue. So we do queue.push back. Q dot. I don't even know what it is, dude. This is the problem, bro. I can't remember this stuff. I'm trying really hard to remember it, but Q.push. We want to push our row and our call. We push our row and our call. We then want to visited dot visited. Whoops, that's the unordered set. I use Kali, by the way. Insert. I use Arch, by the way. Yeah, I use Linux Mint, bro. Or Windows, bro. I'm not a Linux bro, but okay. So then we would go while our queue is not empty, right? We then want to do stuff, right? So inside of this queue, I need to drink some water, dude. My stomach hurts so bad. I had some shitty ass stuff for lunch. Well, IQ, what do we want to do? Well, makes you think Collins to type, makes me think of Phil Collins to type sudo. It's like, let's go, bro. Q dot, what is it? Front? I think it's front, right? CQ. Yeah, Q dot front. Q dot front. Trying to think about this. Trying to think, bro. How do we want to do this? We want to pop this, right? But how do we do that in C++? I actually don't know. I have to check. I can't remember how to do it. Yes, sir. No racism here. Yes, sir. As long as I'm here, there is racism here. Okay, bro. That's not cool, bro. That's how you do it. Okay. I guess I always forget about this structured bindings, dude. Guess it comes after experience, but right, we want to pop here. Okay, so we've popped it now. So what do we want to do, right? We need to check our bounds, right? So how do we want to do this, right? So we pop from the top. We have our row in our column, right? So we have our row in our column. We need now to get our next ones right, and then check our distance, right? Move, right? So we would go, okay, for new row, new col. Oh, I'm thinking Python, dude. Holy shit! How do I do this? C++. Can you do that in C++? Is CPP the only option? No, I just want to get better at CPP. Trying to get better with the... Depends on what you want to do. Yeah, I could do this in Python, but I'm trying to learn CPP, and I'd like to do these problems CPP. It probably hurts me a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, again, it's a structured binding. So for auto, new row, new col, in directions. Would you ever try competitive programming? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just want to get better. I want to just get better and become really good at this. I know it's like, I know it's kind of stupid. I guess this stuff doesn't really, you know, mean anything to actually having real skills in real life engineering and stuff, but just, I don't know. I've been working on getting better at this, and I want to get really good, so yeah. I try to do a few problems a day, so I'm gonna do a try problem after this, probably a high level try, and then yeah, check Discord max. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're looping through our directions array, right? And we hold pairs in here, so we can do, let's call this like n row in call. We do int new row is equal to n row plus row, int new call is equal to n call plus call, right? Then we want to check balance here, right? Hi Max, Vinay, what's up, dude? Are you formally trained? I don't know what that means. Are you formally trained? No, I guess I just did these for fun. I don't know. I don't really know what that means. I went to university, if that's what you're asking. I don't know. For int row is equal to 0. Sorry, for, how do we want to check. Okay, well, have an if here, so we would go for if new row is if new row is greater than or equal to 0, and new call is greater than or equal to 0, and new call is less than calls, right? We pass that in. We got calls here. New row is less than rows. New call is less than calls. And right, we need to check if it's in visited, right? So visited dot find new row new call is equal to visited dot end, right? Tell null pointer here, the end. That looks good. So this is a valid option, right? We also, actually, now I think about it, we also need to check if it's rotten, right? Right, so if it's rotten, do we need to check if it's rotten? I'm trying to think here. Am I doing this wrong? Because maybe we want to add all the rotten oranges first into the queue, right? Right now I have it, we just add 1 and we just keep going from 1, but really would that take maybe longer in some cases, right? Maybe what we want to do instead is we want to add every single rotten orange first. How's been Starbucks going, by the way? It's going good. Just working on my projects, working on C++, working on getting better, and then I plan to help Ethan contribute to his game engine. So, probably showcasing that a little bit on stream. I'm gonna finish the 2D game I'm working on, then do a 3D game, nothing crazy 3D game, you know. And then I think I'm gonna help Ethan work on his game engine, and then we're gonna work on a game together. So I think that's the plan. I know that's probably very far in the future, but you know, one day at a time. So but yeah, quite busy with everything that I do. So but yeah, I think, yeah, I'm trying to think. I think the better way here is to probably add everything and then call the BFS function. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it how it is for now and kind of see how it goes. But so this is valid, right? So what do we want to do here when it's valid? Well, we want to add it to our queue. So queue.append, queue.push. Right? Is that what we had? Queue.push. Yeah. Row call. Should be new row. New call. Right. And then we want to add it to our visited. So visited.add. Visited.add insert. That's what we need here. Dot insert new row. New call. But now that I think about it, how are we going to keep track of our count here? Because if we're looping through our queue here one by one, how do we know when we found something? That's the thing. Are we going to have to keep track of a count? Instead of a pair, we're going to need a tuple. That's what I'm trying to think here. Instead of a pair, we're going to need a tuple here. So I'm thinking is the best way to keep track of the count through the element that we're looking at, like what the count is. Good thing I looked at this problem again. This is my favorite problem on Leetcode too, I think. Was visited.insert. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to change this to a tuple now. Now I think about it, not a pair. Gotta go now. See you later and good luck. Thank you, Screwix, bro. See you later, man. I think instead of a pair, we're gonna have to use a tuple. Not in our visited though. I think just in our queue. Call 0. Is this how you insert a tuple? Is this how? And count. Q.push count, right? +1. If I visited here, while q, if q, we do want to return our res here. Return the minimum number of minutes that must elapse until no cell has a fresh orange. If this is impossible, return -1. No orange has no cell has a fresh orange, so how do we check that? Would we maybe want to just like maybe I was thinking about it differently. Maybe what we have to do is maybe we edit it in place, right? Like we have our thing here, right? If it's what we got here, so maybe we have to kind of make it not fresh, right? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't remember. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Trying to think. I guess we could, I mean, city max, res and count. See what errors we get here. Vector. God, dude, I keep spelling vector. Vector. No template name visited. What do you mean no template name visited, dude? What are you talking about? I have to move this to the top. No template name visited. This is exactly how I code. The music is the same too. You can't convince me Leetcode isn't torture though. I don't know. I actually, dude, honestly, I kind of like it, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. It should be an unordered set. Whoops. No, I don't think so, dude. I actually really enjoy doing it. I don't have to do it anymore, really, but I just... Why not? Like... I don't mind it. I want to get better, so... Undeclared identify grid, dude. I keep misspelling everything, bro. Visited. Expected expression. Okay, so get rid of this. Implicitly default. Implicitly default construct a solution. I just got here. Can you TLDR this Leetcode problem? Hello, what's up, guys? TLDR, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means. What's TLDR mean, dude? Too long, didn't read. Okay. So pretty much we have oranges that are rotting, right? I mean, it says here in the example here, right? We have 0 that represents an empty cell, 1 that represents a fresh orange, and 2 that represents an rotten orange. Pretty much after every minute, if you have a rotten orange, then the ones that are 4 directionally adjacent to it become rotten, right? And so as we make everything run, we have to loop through how long it takes, right? So it takes 4 minutes, you can see here, right? So now that makes me think we also need to check that this here, this grid, so, and this grid row call is equal to 1. Oh. Row call is equal to 1. This, okay. I don't know what's going on here. Error use of identify grid. We're not passing grid here, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Vector. It's passing our grid here. We got our grid. Okay, let's run this. Too long, didn't read. I hope that makes sense though. We're missing a... Default constructor, dude. What is happening here? Are you on a student visa? I am, yeah. I am on a student visa, yeah. Wow. Makes sense. So each iteration you check the bordering origins, and based off if the rotten is true, you change the adjacent fruits. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But I'm just into ret. What the hell is... Where's ret? Is it Python? And return... No, it's not Python. I'm doing C++. And the return is the time it takes to be or run. It's C++. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's exactly what I have to do here. I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting this error here. It's implicitly deleted. I'm going to copy this error here. I don't know what this means. You got a job, so would your employer sponsor H1B? No, dude. I don't need to do H1B. I'm not really interested in that, so no. Is this place to learn a code? Not really. It's for like mainly getting ready for interviews. Okay, so pairs can't be instantiated, so do we use a... Sorry, it can't be hash build. Do we use a tuple instead? I write my Leetcode in JavaScript. Maybe that's why I have such a bad time. I would write it in Rust, my best language, but Leetcode sucks with it. So you got a job back home in Oz? No, I got a job here in the US at an insurance company. I'm gonna be doing my stuff on OPT, and then I'm looking to switch to a E3 visa, which is a visa specific for Australian people. I mean, that's the goal. I guess we'll see what happens, but that's the goal. So I don't mind going back to Australia though. I mean, Australia is awesome, so I'm just kind of seeing how it goes, you know, going with the flow. Interviews have mostly dropped the whole Leetcode thing, but still a great place to practice. Can you give us some advice? I don't know. My advice. I just say to keep grinding, dude. You know, I mean, it's all about grinding, and you know, I mean, I just love, I love programming, so I just come on here and program for fun. So, I mean, if you have passion, like, I think it'll go a long way. That's my advice. Hey, am I new to your stream? What are you doing here? I'm working on Leetcode, working on a BFS problem. Just learn Java. We'll start with its GUI for desktop apps and Spring Boot for web dev, along with Laravel. What do you think? Good combo for the career. Yeah, I mean, again, like I always say to other people that come to the stream, like, do what you want, you know? Like, I think if you just learn one language and stick with it, like, you know, I think everything, you kind of know how to do everything, right? It's kind of just having like the mindset and the understanding or how to do stuff, then you're able to do it. So that's great, man. Glad to see you got everything figured out. Thank you, Naren. Appreciate it, dude. I'm working on a restaurant management system in JavaScript. I mean, bro, I don't really know a lot about JavaScript, but it's like, you know, just kind of figuring it out on the go, reading and doing stuff. But it's not, you know, you just gotta keep programming, you know. 20 so scared to take the leave to learn this stuff. Good on you doing it. Yeah, dude. I mean, I went to university and studied CS. I'm still a student, but just trying to get better. How long have you been programming? I've been programming like probably about 4 years, but I really only started like really trying to get like really good, or trying to get a lot better after like the past 2 years. I don't know why I'm getting this error, dude. I don't know what. I need to fix my pair, dude. Unloaded sets. Oh my god, dude, I don't want to make a hash, bro. I don't need to make a hash. What is this crap? I think after I learned JavaScript and C++, transferring was pretty easy. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, hang on. I'm trying to figure out how I did it over here, dude. What the hell did I do? Hang on. Bro, what is going on here, dude? Problems. City plan. Where's graph, dude? Graph. I guess I'll have a visited set and course schedule. Man, sometimes I wish I missed doing this stuff in Python because it was just so much more simple, but it's like... Okay, so only holding an integer here. C++? How did I do it here? Visited. Where am I defining the visited set? SCD set. So is that what it is? SCD set. Dude, I can never remember this stuff, bro. Like, sorry guys, I didn't look at the stuff. I think after I learned JavaScript for a little bit, it's not hard last day, but I don't do it for the money because you're not getting a job. Do you know most of the languages? Why don't you use VS Code? I do use VS Code. Drop the hair routine. The hair routine, bro. I mean, I don't know. I just put my just whip my head together. I don't know. I just get it out of bed, man. I do use VS Code. This is VS Code. But yeah. Nah, he should be using Neo Vim, dude. JK, use what you want, but Vim keybond is useful as fuck. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I could use Vim. I just okay, so this is what I need to use, bro. So this is what I need to use. Where do I go back here? No. Okay, we need to change this. So instead of an unordered set, I need to remember this, dude, because if I'm doing this stuff in C++, I need to remember how to do this. So city set, then we can hold a pair. So this should work. What Linux distro you use? I use Linux Mint, dude. Okay, so this works. Okay, so let's run this. So that was my issue. We got that figured out. Okay, here we go. Now we got stuff running. Okay, so we got 2. This should be -1. We got 0. So I think what we're doing wrong here is... I think we're going to have to add every single row call, right? And add it to the queue. That's what I'm thinking. And then probably call out BFS from there. I think that's my issue. What time is it there? It's, fuck, I don't even know. Oh, it's on my screen. 5:30. Shit, man. Have I already been doing this problem for an hour, bro? No way. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm trying to be able to solve these sort of problems and like, they're... trying to solve these in like less than 40 minutes. There was someone experienced C++. I've only been learning C++ past 2 months, dude. Sorry, man. I didn't check the Discord a lot. Type she, what's up? There you go, bro. I responded to you, man. Sorry, bro. My bad. Sometimes I don't check it, so. But yeah, I think that's what I'm doing wrong here, because if we think about it, maybe I should plan it out a little bit more. Right, so this is rotten. Oh wait, sorry. Hang on. This is rotten, right? So 0 is empty. Then we have a fresh orange, right? So we start off here with a fresh orange, a fresh orange, fresh orange, fresh orange, fresh orange, fresh orange, right? The way we want to go about this is this here, we have our row call, right? Our count. Our count is 0 here, right? Okay, we come here. We get 1. Right, so 1, 1. Right, then we go here and here. We get 2, 2. Then we come here. We get 3. Here, 4. Yeah, I think we have to add everything first. I think that's where I'm going wrong here. I'm calling the BFS by itself. So I think what we got to do here is we got to instantiate our queue outside of here. Right? We come up here. We have our queue. We got to move this outside of here. So we have our queue. We can get rid of this here. We then want to push every single element that is 1, right? So we need a check here so we can get rid of this right here. Okay, we need to check here. If the grid is 1 and it's not found, we then add q.push row call 0, right? Then after we loop through all this, we want to call our BFS function, right? We've added everything that's 1. Thanks for responding, mate. Very mindful of you. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah. How fast do you type in words per minute, dude? I have no idea, bro. Honestly, I've got no idea. How fast can I type words per minute, dude? I got no idea. Maybe I should try on stream. I don't know, but then we call our BFS function here, right? We can call BFS row call directions, rows, calls, and grid. Right, so we get rid of this. We also need to get rid of this. Right, so then our visited comes here. We also need to insert every single time. Call our BFS. Let's run this. Let's see what this does. Rows. Row call directions. Use an autoclave event. Did you mean row? No, I did not. Row call directions. Rows calls grid. What is going on here, dude? The fuck? Oh. Why doesn't this like it, dude? What the hell? Oh, it's because... Oh, fuck. Okay. Damn, dude. Okay, so maybe we don't need to pass this in. That's why. We're out of scope. That's why. Okay. Have a type eraser chat. It's fun. We want to see. Okay, I'll hang on. Oh, need to pass in our queue here. Queue. Reference. Rows, calls. Words per minute. Let's make it easy text, bro. Low key. So what am I meant to do here? Is this a shitty one, dude? What is this? Oh, fuck. Okay, wait. Let me restart this, dude. Okay, now I understand. Oh, shit, dude. I'm so bad. Dude, I can't type very fast. I'm fucking not good, bro. Oh, no, dude. I'm not a gamer, bro. I'm not a gamer. Oh, my God, dude. Okay, I'm locking in, dude. Oh my god, I'm locking in. No, I'm not locking in, dude. Oh my god. Ah! Shit. Okay, yeah, I'm ass, bro. I'm ass. Go type racer, mate. Unleash your inner computer scientist. Do gamers even type faster? Yeah, dude. Doesn't even tell me what my shit is, dude. Hang on. Let me finish this problem and I'll do more. Hang on. I need to lock in. So we don't want the max here. Actually, maybe we do, actually. I don't know. Too few PFS declared here. What the fuck is this? Expected 5. Oh, I'm forgetting to pass in the queue. User class queue requires a template. Oh shit, I'm not actually passing in the name of it. Some guy said scope issue. Yeah, because I wasn't calling it here in the row calls. I was trying to call row call outside of here, but it doesn't exist outside of this scope here. We got 0, -1. Dude, it's pissed me off, dude. You're better than me, I think. They can hit W, A, S, and D, and I don't know, E and F, but that's it. Yeah. I got shitty ass speed typing, dude. Shitty ass speed typing. Oh, bro, this is frustrating, dude. I don't know why this isn't working, dude. EFS. Wild queue. We have a pop out count. So I guess we can. Yeah, man, I'm not sure, dude. I don't know what my issue is. I'm gonna take a look at how I did it over here. I can't remember. Q. Oh, we have a fresh. Oh, that's how we keep track of the. Forgot, man. While Q, it's max. That's a good way to do it, dude. Shit, man. Damn, I didn't think about that. So if it's not here, else if grid row. Wait, am I rotting? Shit, that's probably why it's not working. I need to pass in the fucked up orange, bro. The rotten orange. Also, if grid row is equal to 1, we want to create. Let's create our thing here. Int fresh oranges is equal to 0. We go like fresh oranges plus or equal to 1. Okay. So now we're keeping track of the fresh oranges. Now every single time we 0. And we need to make sure this is a fresh orange too, so 4 in row 0, if grid row calls equal to 2, Q dot pushes on server. Would that work? Yeah, I mean, it looks right. I mean, I think so. I think that's what I got here. We need to check if it's a fresh orange here, so grid row call is 1. We then add it here, right? So we can get rid of this crap. Right, and we can do fresh orange. We know this is a fresh orange, so we can minus it, right? So we can do, well, if fresh orange is equal is 0, we return fresh orange. Sorry, we return res. Otherwise, we would just return -1, right? Our fresh orange needs to be 0, right? Because if it's not 0, then we would return 1. Is that what I meant? Fresh oranges, yeah. Fresh orange, dude. Jesus. Okay, there we go. So fresh orange is here. Oh, we need to pause it in, dude. Oh, man, this is so frustrating. Into fresh oranges. Dude, I've been working on this problem so long, dude. It's been like an hour. Okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere now. -1, 0. We're getting -1 here too, so... Let's make it plus. Dude, why is this not... A fresh orange, then the fresh orange goes... We insert the fresh orange here in the visited. We then push count +1. Oh, but we're not actually returning our res here. We need to update our res, so... Res is equal to SCD max res count. This is gonna make it hella slow though. Oh, I just submitted it by accident. Oh. Still getting it here. Is it getting here, dude? Let's see out our res, dude. See out res and L. We getting here, dude? No, we're never getting here in the first place. Okay, so what the hell is wrong here? Are these bounds correct? New row has to be less than rows, and new call has to be less than calls, and visited.find new row new call is equal to visitor.end, so it's not visited, and the grid row call is 1. I don't know how this would be wrong. Are we getting here? See out here and L. Okay, so we're getting here, but so it's something wrong with this check here. don't know what's wrong with this check. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm checking the old cell. That's why. Oh, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so now we're getting here. 3. Here. So what are we returning here? Still outputting a -1. Yeah. We're checking, we're getting here now, but we're not. Yeah, let's get rid of this here now. Bro, my stomach is killing me right now. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my stomach. 0, 0. So we get... Here we should get 0, right? And then we get 1, 1. Then we should get 2, 2, 3. I'm getting 1... Dude. Is this check... Do you think... Kendrick? Do you think this is good? This is how I should check, right? If fresh oranges is 0, we should return reds, right? There's no fresh oranges, right? These are the fresh oranges that are left. We're removing the fresh oranges every time, right? So every single fresh orange we remove, if we remove all of them, it should then be 0, right? And so then we should return reds. I don't know, dude. I generally don't know what my error is, dude. I'm lost. And I've spent way too long in this problem, dude. This is ridiculous. Yeah, it seems right to me. Yeah. Oh, dude, we're not taking this in as a reference. That's also why. We need a reference here. Okay, there we go. I think we should be doing this check somewhere else. Not here, right? We should be doing this check, like, as soon as we pop. Update, right? There we go. Cool. Slowest solution, but hey, it works. Fuck it. We did it. We got there in the end. Okay, now I want to do one tree problem, dude. Let's do word squares. Let's take a look at that. I've never looked at that problem, so... Word squares. Oh my gosh, dude. Concatenated words. Okay, given an array string of words without duplicates, return all the concatenated words in the given list of words. A concatenated word is defined as a string that is comprised entirely of at least 2 shorter words, not necessarily distinct in the given array. So these are the words we're given. Given an array string of words without duplicates, return all the concatenated words in the given list of words. All the concatenated words in the given list of words. Cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog, rat, cat, dog, cat. Okay. So are we looking for words that are in each other or something? I think I need a better explanation for this. Give me a better explanation all this. Use a set since no dupes, no? Well done though. No, I'm thinking it's gonna be a try problem. So, you're given an array of strings. Concatenated word is a word that can be formed by combining 2 or more shorter words from the same array. Cats, dog, dog, cats, dog. Key insights. A word cannot use itself. We need at least 2 different words so they can repeat. Order matters. We're concatenating, not rearranging. We might need to try multiple breakpoints. Solution. Okay. We don't want to see the solution. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So let's think about this, right? Come over here. We have our tree here, right? We have our root, right? If you're not familiar with what a tree is, you can... I was kind of learning it a little bit today, but... what we're going to have here is we're going to have C, right? A, T, right? We can also go to S here, right? Cats, but is also cat as well, right? And we have cats, dog, cats, cats, dog, cats. This is what our try is gonna look like, bro. What the hell is this? Right, so you can automatically see that this cat, cats, dog. Try problems are very, very similar. They're just like a little bit different in a way. Right, then we go from dog, right? Dog is D. D-O-G, right? And then we got dog, cats, dog. Dog, cats. Oh, whoops. Dog, cats, dog. Hippopotamus. Rat, rat, cat, dog, cat. Wow. Okay. Let's start by kind of setting up our tree, right? So, kind of want to struct node. We want a bool is word is false. I mean, you can split the list of words all possible places to find all the concatenated words, but it's just a slow solution. Yeah. You can split the list of words at all possible places. Yeah, you could. Kind of a grind. Unordered map. We want char and the next node, right? So let's call this map. We don't need the public. No, sorry. Node is word false. We need the constructor here. Then we obviously need a vector of strings. We need a res here. Let's kind of go with the flow here. We also need our node pointer root, right? Solution root is equal to new node. Then have our vector of words here. Yeah, I'm not so familiar with these try problems. I've only literally I just started learning them today. I knew nothing about a try other than about 5 hours ago. So, I just know from memory when you recognize them in terms of problems, you recognize them because it's kind of like a word-based problem usually. That's super vague, I guess, but again, I'm not super familiar with these sort of problems, but I'm trying to just go with the flow, kind of how we think about this. So a concatenated word is defined as a string that is comprised entirely of at least 2 shorter words, not necessarily distinct in the given array. So really, I think all you have to do here is, I guess we have to keep looping, right? I'm thinking, right, is we have to keep looping, right? So it's like, we see, let's say we look at this word, cats, dog, cats, right? This has cats, this has 3 separate words, right? So really, and we need at least 2 shorter words. So we need at least 2 words. So cat and cats works, right? Then we can just say this is true, right? Dog, and it has to go in concatenation, right? So they have to be in order, right? So that's why this problem works. We have at least 2. We have cat, cats, right? So if we insert every single word here inside of the root, right? We insert everything, right? And we come down and we just follow it, right? So we could say cat, 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 right? And then here we have a boolean that says this is a word, right? Bool is word, right? This is true here, right? Bool is word is true at this case here, and it's also true here, right? Because this is a complete word too. Cat is a complete word as well, right? So then we can automatically then just move the word that we're currently looking at into our array, right? So I'm thinking here, we're probably going to need some sort of count here too. Or maybe that would come later. They're not actually in here in the method, but you see what I'm trying to say? But as we loop through this try, we're going to know if this word we're looking at is a thing. And we loop through per word. We check per word, right? So then, you know, when we get to hippopotamus, right? This is here is going to be, you know, H, I, P, right? In a try here, at each node, we can hold all 26 chars of a map, right? That corresponds through A to Z, right? If you're kind of not really, yes, and then you continue. If you guys aren't familiar with, if whoever's watching, if you're not familiar with that, probably want to check out tries, but I think that should work. I guess we just kind of got to implement that in code, right? So we have our solution here. We definitely want to go, okay, so for string reference word in words, right? Probably just want to call an insert function, pass in a word, right? Then here we'll have a vector of strings. No, sorry, this is a void function, right? Let's call this insert, right? We pass in just a string reference to a word, right? The way we want to insert this is we want to actually pass in a root here too. So let's do node pointer cur, right? We then pass in a root element here. Let's do curs. I guess we already have a pointer here, so actually let's get rid of this. We don't really need to pass that. Actually, it's kind of just a waste of like typing. Holy shit, my stomach feels like fucking shit, dude. So something like for char h and word, can't you just create the root in the insert function? I mean, you could. I guess this kind of just looks more clean, just having it in the constructor, I think. You could. Okay, guys. Can we solve this in record time? That is the question. As in void const string word node. Can you just create the root in the insert function as in void insert const string? I mean, you could. If I was to make it anywhere else, I'd probably make it in this method here, but I'm just gonna define it here in our constructor here. So what we want to do here is we want to go node pointer cur. Let's see if we can solve this in 10 minutes, bro. Let's put a stopwatch, dude. See how long this takes to solve. Maybe we can solve it in 10 minutes. I don't know. Probably not, but hey, we shoot for the stars, bro. So for char character in word, right? What would we want to do here, right? We would have a cur pointer to what's inside of our struct here. Hi brother, what's up, Churi? Cur pointer map. So if cur pointer map dot find c, right, is equal to map dot end, right? So it does not exist, right? Does not exist, right? We then want to make it exist, right? So we would do cur map cur map c is equal to new node, right? We then want to move our pointer there, so cur is equal to cur map end no in the if statement. Oh yeah, you're right, thank you. Yeah, cur map dot end. Oh shit, sorry, what am I doing here? Cur map. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Cur map c is equal to new node. Cur is equal to cur map c, right? So we move our pointer, and then outside of this, at the end of the word, we would then go, well, our cur is word is equal to true, right? I believe this would be our insert function here, right? Okay, so now we're inserting all the words, right? So now it looks like this, right? Kind of, right? Yes. This is what we're looking at, right? We have our root node here and then everything over here, right? Except a couple more words, right? Now what we want to do here is we would want to check, right? We want to loop through. Seems correct, yeah. What we want to do is we want to loop through every word, right? So how we want to do this? I'm trying to think. We'd want a DFS function, right? That loops through each word. Gonna need a void DFS, right? So void DFS. For starters, we need a node pointer to our current node that we're looking at, right? So how is that data structure called? This is called a try. Let's see. Loop to check if a word can be formed by concatenating other words, and if we reach the end of the valid word and there are still some more characters to check, we check and to try again. Yeah. Else is false. Yeah. So I think what we want to do here is we want to loop again. So string word in words. Right. We then want to call DFS. Pass in a root. I'll try that problem later. It's definitely a tough problem, dude. Definitely a tough problem. Okay, we want string reference word. We probably want int I. Trying to think what else we want. Let's leave it at that for now. I don't know. We probably need more, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Okay, so what do we want to do? We probably want to count too, right? We want to count for the word, right? So int count. Linux Mint Prime. I'm head to bed. It's 1 a.m. and I got doctor's appointment at 8 a.m. Good luck with the coding. I'll definitely join the Discord. Sounds good. Yeah, you should definitely join the Discord, man. Appreciate it, dude. My GitHub's in the description too. If you want to check out my stuff or give me a follow or anything, I would appreciate it. Hope to see you again, Kendrick, dude. Thanks for your help, dude. Void DFS. How are you going to do this DFS? I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm Danish. Let's go, Kendrick. Okay, so we have a vector string res. I'm actually in here. It's 4 p.m. I is equal to, let's call this index. I is equal to index. I is less than word dot size plus plus, right? If let's do char c is equal to index I. Sorry. Equal to our word I. Let's make this a bool, right? So we're looking at the specific element, right? And we want to check in our try. Well, if char, if cur map, cur map c is equal to cur map dot end, and we instantly just return false, right? And instantly return false from this. Otherwise, we keep going, right? Cur is equal to cur dot map map c. We probably Trying to think about this DFS here, bro. Cur is equal to map C if cur have our map here. If cur is word, if it is a word, we increase our count, right? Count plus or equal to 1. Really would be DFS again, right? Our cur, our word, our index, and our count. But we increase our count by 1, right? But if we're at the word dot size -1, fuck, dude. I is equal to word dot size -1. We then want to return count I believe that should work. If DFS word 0, then we res dot pushback the word that we're looking at, and we would just return our res. If cur map what the hell? Why doesn't it like this, dude? I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't like this. Oh my gosh, dude. I always forget this, bro. It's not fine. Why do I always check if it's here, bro? It's not fine. I cannot forget that, dude. These error messages are so bad. Like, does not return. What are we talking about here? Oh, whoops. Probably gonna head out, guys, in a second. Meeting up with my buddy. See you out. I feel like we have the right idea. Well, we're close. Oh my gosh, dude. So we're not increasing the index here. So index has to go by 1. That's one issue. Right. You wrote this. I plus 1, and then I'll check. This is mostly fine. Count counts how many words you mean. So first vocabulary word must be used at least 2 words. Really, was that our issue, dude? No. Bro, I don't know what I'm missing here, bro. I did this right. Return count, yeah. If DFS. Turn true. Turn false. Dude, this is correct, bro. What is going on here? Like, I actually don't know what's wrong. X plus 1 is not this is starting. Wait, what did I do? Inside the loop, I current character you're looking at. Oh my god, hard leak code for what? Just for fun, bro. Ah, DFS should restart from the root. Wait, why from the root? Why would we... Man, fucking, this shit, I don't even think AI can help me with my code, dude. This is concatenated words 472. Sorry guys, I can't really debug this because I gotta head out in a second. But I feel like I have the general right idea. I've just got some sort of bug here. Wrong recursion parameter. You need to start from the root again, fresh search for the next word component. You should continue from I plus 1, not index plus 1. Index never changes your loops, so you're always recursion from the same position. Bug 2, wrong starting node. So this statement here needs an if. I'm gonna leave that to the last. Not there, sorry, it's here. Time limit exceeded. Bro, what is this, bro? What is this, dude? This is some fucking bullshit, dude. Gonna get TLE here, bro. TLE 42 out of 43 test. Jesus Christ. Really, dude? Bro, there's no way. Bro, can you imagine getting this problem on a interview, dude? Like, bro, how are you meant to solve this in an interview, dude? Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, being perfect about it. Like, I nearly could solve it, but like, dude, I would like, I don't know, man. Like, current map. So what did we change here? We changed our DFS function here. So we want to calculate from the root every time. We go back to the root, right? And then we tree node, whoops. No way, dude. A medium hard, bro. That's a tough problem, bro. Alright guys, I gotta go. My buddy's waiting for me, so I'm gonna end the stream there. I'll probably finish this later, but we got the rough idea. I mean, we've got to add some improvisation to this, but that'll take a little bit. But I promised my buddy I'd help him with some code, so appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.